I felt the need to record this video. I've had some humbling epiphanies as of late and want to share them with you as well, in hopes that you too can hold the mirror up, look at yourself, and take responsibility for what's happening. I posted some very sincere videos about Charlie Kirk getting brutally murdered in public. And as a humanitarian, that really hurt me. That impacted me in ways that I never thought it would. I didn't know Charlie, but I felt immense pain for his family. And so I sincerely expressed that. That was my experience of that. What I didn't realize is by doing so, that I would offend some of my friends. Never in a million years would I ever intend to hurt anyone, especially from me expressing my sorrow. I know he is seen as a political activist, but I saw him as somebody who was bringing just good values back to young people. And for that, I was thrilled to see, because we've gotten so far off track as a society. That's my personal opinion. But many of my friends disagreed. Many of my friends publicly sharing their perspective, which was complete opposite. Some publicly, some privately. So I want to apologize to you if I hurt you or offended you in any way. But I want you to please listen to this entire video. Much like Kennedy getting shot, I honestly believe that everyone would feel the impact of this. Back in the 60s, everyone felt it. Every American was impacted by it. Whether you were a Democrat or a Republican, it didn't matter. It brought people together. And that's how I felt about it. I believe that to be true today, but sadly, it isn't even close. I'm sure I'm not the only one here who sees it, but since Charlie's assassination, since his passing, since his memorial, since all of this has been taking place, it has been blatantly exposed in our face what side of the fence you're on. And there are many people just shutting their mouth, not getting involved. And because I shared my brokenheartedness, I have immediately been put on one side of the fence. It's all well and good. I know people feel a certain way, but here's what hurts my soul. One side of the fence is being told that anybody on the other side of the fence is a racist or a fascist or a Nazi. They're bad if they support this man or this cause or whatever. If you're on the other side of the fence, they're saying, oh, they're evil, we're Christians, we're right, and they must be wrong. Okay? This is what's dividing us. We have never been divided to this extreme. And like me, many of you are just done. You're tired of it. It's filling our feeds. Our souls were not meant to carry this kind of energy. And it's hurting us more than we think. It's destroying our psyche. It's diminishing our spirit as a humanity. And the truth is, we all want the same thing. That's the craziest thing. We all want peace. We all want respect. We all want acceptance for who we are. We all want success and opportunity. We all want freedom. We all want happiness. We all want a great family life. We all want healthy bodies and healthy children. So what the hell are we fighting for? I am finding it fascinating that we all want the same thing, yet we are all living in different realities. It dawned on me. I was putting my contacts in this morning, and I have two different prescriptions. The right eye has a higher prescription than the left eye. But when I put them both on together, I have great vision. If I just put one in, I can't see out of the left eye. So I need both perspectives to see clearly. And this, to me, is the perfect analogy and an invitation for us to come together to see the bigger picture. I may be naive, okay, to think that I could post those videos and not get any backlash. I guess I'm naive because I wasn't expecting it. It's been eye-opening. Here's one of my epiphanies. You know how, where's my phone? You could be having a conversation with somebody, your phone is just sitting there. I could be sitting there talking to Brad, we're just outside on our lanai, looking around our beautiful backyard, going, we should probably get some landscape lighting over in that area, around those palm trees. I think that would really look nice. The next thing you know, we're getting landscape lighting in our feeds, right? It's happened to all of us. Well, the same thing happens when you speak of words such as racism, fascism, Nazism. Those are the things that are going to show up in your feeds. That may or may not be what you want to see, but that's how algorithms work. That's the world we live in. And unfortunately, understanding neuroscience, when we hear things repeatedly over and over again, we create new neural pathways. Through neuroplasticity, our brain begins to be rewired. It works on the other side too, because I don't use those words. I have not ever called anybody a racist or fascist. I don't even, those words aren't even in my psyche or my belief system. I'm sure they exist out in the world, but there's something about my worldview that comes from my soul, my spirit. I can't resonate with those words. That is such a lower vibrational energy. I can't connect with it, okay? So I don't get those things in my feed. And although I see it in the media, on both sides, like it's name calling and it's this and it's that on both sides, I just discard it immediately as it comes in. I just don't even allow it into my psyche. I literally have to watch the news through a lens, through a window. So I'm not soaking it in. Anyway, I don't have a racist bone in my body. I don't see people of color. I see people with light skin and I see people with darker skin. I see people with light hair, light eyes, dark eyes. It doesn't matter to me what you look like. What matters to me is what's inside of you. And that's what I see. I see you as a soul. And I know we all volunteered to be here at this time together to have this experience of this fascinating time on this big blue ball floating around the universe. I see the connection between us. So does that make me better than anybody? No, it certainly doesn't. But this is how I'm programmed. This is just what my operating system is like. So for people to put me in a box of a racist, it just absolutely breaks my heart. But I also understand this is how they're training us to think. It's wrong. As for Charlie Kirk, Brad and I, we've watched The Chosen together. Highly recommend it. It's a series on Netflix if you haven't seen it. Grew up Catholic, never really studied the Bible, but boy, did that bring it to life. And Brad, being so well versed in the Bible, I got the backstory of everything. Absolutely wonderful show to understand, in living color, what took place back then when Jesus walked the earth, and it's pretty cool. But we talked about it a lot. We talked about the Bible. I asked him kind of questions. We were getting the Bible out. He was helping me understand. It was just beautiful. But this was a daily thing, and it has been a daily thing ever since. We're searching, maybe going to a church. First time since I've known Brad, we started going to a church. Like this has been kind of eye-opening. Always been a spiritual person, always had my connection with God. That doesn't change. But I'm getting to know Jesus a little differently. So this is what's showing up in my feed. When I get clips of Charlie Kirk, it's not saying, oh, he's a racist, he said this. No, that would never show up in my feed. What's showing up in my feed is, here's the Christian values he's sharing with young people. Here's the family life that he is promoting with young people. Here is the core value system that he's sharing with people and talking about. Those are the things, those are the video clips showing up for me. So to be viewing him as a racist, I never saw it, never entered my awareness, and I don't firmly believe that, because that's not what I have been programmed to believe. So I have a different reality. And what's crazy is we all have different realities. And I understand that these feeds are only reinforcing what we want to believe. And the way neuroscience works, if somebody repeatedly said, my mom is oh my God forbid, a murderer or something, I would be like, F you, that's not true. But every day, day in, day out, that's what I heard. And maybe took a clip here, took a clip there of her being and saying that and saying things about, and just, I'll kill you if you do that, or anything like that. The neural pathways will start to form, and you will start to look at your own mother differently. This is how the operating system works in our brain. So knowing this, and I'm sharing this because I want us all to create the awareness around it, how we've all been impacted. It explains the contrast of what we've been seeing play out in the world. Another example, set politics aside, but it's happening with Tylenol. They're using Tylenol to divide us. It's been discovered that it may be a cause of autism in babies. So cautioning pregnant women not to use it on infants. Great. But now there's people opposing that, maybe because it stemmed from the Trump administration. I don't understand why people would oppose that, but people are opposing that. And now it's like, what side are you on? Are you on the Tylenol is bad, the Tylenol is good? Come on, people. It's becoming a joke. It's becoming a joke when you step back and look at all the ways they are severing us. Whew. It's constant. Every day. They're using politics because that's the easiest distraction they could possibly use. The media has done a fabulous job. Fabulous. Well done. Well done. It's worked. It's worked really well. And Trump is not helping the cause. And if I ever get on Fox, I'm going to tell him myself that in that regard, he is the worst president that has not unified us as a people. I understand he's got personal issues against the left for attacking him, wanting to put him in jail and trying to kill him and all that. Okay, I get that. But you're the president of the freaking United States of America. You've got to rise above it. Anyway, don't get me started on that. That's not the purpose of this message. I'm not here to blame anyone. I'm not here to blame Trump and give him more power than he deserves. Nobody has the authority over me. Nobody has the authority over you. The only entity that has authority over me is my creator, my maker, my higher power. All of which my ideas and creativity and my passion, my mission, my purpose, everything I do flows from that. And that's the invitation. I'm wanting to shed some serious perspective here. It's not right or wrong. It's just what is. I think if we open our minds and our hearts a little bit further, we see the truth. There's only one truth. We're all fighting one another for what we believe to be true. Well, they've created two truths. What I believe to be true, you believe to be true. The right side of truth, the left side of truth. But truth resides somewhere outside of those sides. Maybe in the middle, maybe out there somewhere, maybe it's above, maybe we got to start looking up for the truth. But we are clearly living in two realities, people. And life is merely a simulation when you think about it. Our realities are going to be different regardless. And it is like a video game. Nobody has my life experiences but me. And all of you are playing a role in my video game. And I'm playing a role in yours. Very interesting. But the algorithms that keep showing up, that's what's killing us. And I sometimes believe that this is intentional. I'm not one to be a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe there are evil forces ruling the world and having a ball, watching it be torn apart. But again, I choose the light. I choose love. I choose goodness. I choose to see the beauty in life. I don't focus on the violence. I don't focus on fear. We have a beautiful life. I'm not letting anyone destroy that. I've had times when it was dark. I choose the light. So what I'm saying here is we've got to be smarter than them and not let their evil ways do this to us, whoever it is, whatever it is. It's time we start becoming aware of the filters. Awareness is the key. That is the remedy. It's just stepping back and looking through a window, looking at the world through a window. Here's an example. It just popped in my head that I could see how some people can say he was a racist, because I've heard the clips that said, oh, if it was a black pilot, would you feel comfortable getting on the plane? Now, I did see the whole clip, and I understand he was referring to DEI and not being able to just check a box at making sure that he was qualified. And I get the gist of that. I just didn't see the racism in it, but I could see how it could be construed as racism. I totally got that perspective. It's like when he said all women should submit to their husbands. I was like, what? Charlie, I'm a modern day girl, and I submit to nobody but my higher power. So I disagree with that. But then he went into the biblical sense of where that stems from. We're living in a different era than when Jesus walked this earth. And I could see where he was coming from with that. And I didn't feel like he was insulting me personally. I have a choice to live how I wish to live. But it was through that window I was able to see, I understand where his belief is coming from. It's not necessarily my belief. Got it. So it's just stepping back and trying to take a bird's eye view of why people say what they do or act, or it's having a whole understanding of this. So going back to what I was saying from the beginning, it was never my intention to offend people. I am about bringing us together. I honestly didn't see it. I appreciate those who brought it to my attention. It really wasn't until a conversation Brett and I actually ended up having last night with an old dear friend and her husband. Started out as a beautiful civil conversation that got very heated, and it ended up in that racism box, and it was very hurtful. But I understand the anger and frustration and where it's coming from too, because we're all just so effing tired of it. We all are. We're fed up with people not seeing our side and them being wrong, and it's killing us. It's changing us, and it's not right. And it's time we do something about it. I'm not judging anybody. I hope to God nobody is judging me about what side they're on or what news station you watch, or I get it. It's clearly impacting us though. We are getting the biggest mind game ever. This is like a Jedi mind trick. We are being messed with constantly. We're being distracted constantly. taking our eye off the prize, which is us evolving and going into a higher level of consciousness and connection and harmony and love. That's where we're heading. That's where we're supposed to be heading right now. But the evil forces do not want us to go there. So they're using all these distractions to keep us separated. And by God, it's working really well. And I've got 2 words to follow that up with. Until now. Until now. For me, it may have been working. Not anymore. I just drew the line in the sand. From this point forward, I'm going to be calling out the divisiveness. I'm going to be seeing it and saying, no, I'm not uploading that into my system. That is a virus I don't want. And we all have to do this. We all have to be very discerning about the information we're taking in. Let's please come together and rise above this. I don't want to just sit here and lecture. I don't want to teach people about transformation and, let's become better versions of ourselves and all that if you are not ready to actually do it. I firmly believe that when we become a better version of ourselves, it shapes our world. But we have to become better. We have to become smarter. We have to become more connected to one another, connected to a higher power that has a much better perspective than any one of us. So the Becoming Project does just that. I'm planning a virtual event for those who wish to transform out of this space of constant distraction, division, and who want to move into that space of more enlightenment, higher consciousness, connectedness, oneness, above political divide, okay? Because none of this really matters. None of this really matters. We have the power to create our own reality, and those political figures have nothing to do with it. They have nothing to do with my happiness. Nothing. I watch it for entertainment purposes only. So I invite you to join the Becoming Project. There is a link in this video description, in the comments, or the bio, depending on what social media platform you're watching this on. Click the link, join the community, as I put together an event to work through a framework to move us from where we are today out into this place of freedom, love, happiness, health, where we all want to be. Somebody's got to do it, and it's up to us. So please join me. Please join me. Let's not just talk about it anymore. Let's just not add fuel to the fire anymore. Let's do something about it. So I guess as I sign off here, I want to thank you for listening to the end of my message, hearing my heart, my sincere apology. And please join me in reaffirming our love for all people and your desire for unity. If this is what we want, let's come together. Here's an affirmation I'll share with you. Repeat after me. I choose awareness over algorithms. I choose souls over sides. And I choose to become a higher version of myself. And I choose to do this together. Thank you. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the Becoming Project community. Sending love. Bye for now.